CS Executive, Company Law and Practice. This is one paper which this time was very different from the previous attempts. I am Company Secretary Alok, and in this video we will have a very quick analysis of company law paper. So what is the first thing that is coming out in this paper? Yes, this was overall a very lengthy paper, and that is why I used to tell my students, I used to tell on YouTube, everybody, you need to write and practice. But very few students have written for 5 months, 6 months, how many ever months you studied. You're only reading the textbook, you're watching the classes, or you're attending physical classes, or you're doing self-study, but you're never writing. And in the exam, they're giving you extremely lengthy paper, and it is impossible to write if you don't have writing practice. Next thing, it was tough for all the students level, and they're testing the direct questions. Yes, the students found it difficult. Yes, this is one thing which everybody is telling, that this paper was difficult. It was very advanced. It was more like a person already with experience, only they can answer. But let me tell you one thing. Yes, it may be difficult, but your preparation was not sufficient. Instead of blaming ICSI that paper was difficult, the preparation should have been much more in-depth. So first thing is to understand that the expectation is much more than you think. ICSI expecting more, so you need to study much better. Next, high level of knowledge is expected, especially in company law. See, we also did a video, Swati ma'am did, for CMSL. CMSL was definitely tricky in few places, but still the level of company law was not expected in CMSL. Company law is the most important subject for a company secretary, obviously, but students ignore it. And when you ignore it, this is what will happen. It was definitely a high level paper. So whoever tells that, oh, we can easily study, it is wrong. You need to go very deep into the subject. You need to analyze each and every section and provision. And that is why I tell you, please take coaching, please take help, not from us, take from anybody. Don't play with your life. This is extremely important. It is not an easy paper. And very quickly, let us look at the first part, that is the part 1 in company law. For each chapter, what was the marks which was given? See here, when you look at legal status and types of registered companies, there was no question asked. But at the same time, if you look at distribution of profits, lot of questions was asked over here, correct? Or same way, accounts and auditors, this is expected, this is not unexpected. 14 marks was asked. I'm telling, see, when I say it includes all the questions, including the questions where you have options, when we analyzed it, this is the marks for each and every chapter. So many people, they say that, oh, dormant company, what is there? Let me skip it, but you have got a 5 marks question. The distribution of marks, except for one chapter, everywhere there are. See here, share capital and concept, actually it is less, only 13 marks for such a big chapter. The number of questions asked is less, but surprisingly they have asked more in distribution of profit. So you cannot leave any chapter while studying. Some students leave some chapters while studying, you cannot do that. In December also, the previous exam, December, I had done the analysis, and also I had made a very detailed video of more than 3 hours where I solved each and every answer. If you want such a video, let me know in the comment. I will make sure I will make that video as soon as possible for you. You can also watch December 2024 company law solved paper, where I have solved each and every question in detail, correct? And if you want it for our June 2025, let me know in the comments. I'll make sure I will do it for you, right? Next, again, inspection, 6 marks you have got from that chapter. If you look at the part B, which is a 40 marks, there general meetings as expected, you have got lot of marks, 18 marks over here. Then you have 12 marks for the meetings of the board. So here it is evenly distributed. Almost everything is evenly distributed, and this is what you should understand over here. So in general, like I told you, case law questions are from different chapters and concepts. So chapter is clubbed to create a complex case study. I have told this 1000 times on YouTube to my students, but people ignore. Please don't look at company law as one chapter is different from the other chapter. All chapters are connected. Tomorrow when you are working in a company, or you are practicing as a company secretary, or you are in a consulting firm, the real life situation is not about one chapter. The real life situation is about entire company law. Please remember, company law is one. That is section 1 to section 460, which we have in company law. All this is one law. Your textbook is divided into different chapters: part A, part B. You have accounts, you have distribution of profits, you have directors, you have KMP. That is your textbook. So what are students doing? They're studying one chapter separately. They think there is no connection between this chapter and another chapter. But see here, when you study case law questions, sub questions are from different chapters and also different concepts. And chapter is clubbed to create a complex case study. This is the kind of questions they're asking. Please step up. Please don't sleep, especially for students who are writing in the next December 2025. Don't ignore this. You need to have a deep understanding of company law if you want to be able to attempt it. It is not hard. Your attitude should change. When your attitude changes, then you can do it. Is not at all difficult. You just need some time. You need to study properly and you can easily do it, and we are always there to help you. Expectation, very, very high knowledge is expected. So all my friends who are watching this, who say that I'll just watch some YouTube video, I will do self-study, I will pass exam, I'm very sorry to say you are playing with your life. Please take coaching. You may go for face-to-face classes, you may go for online classes, that is your wish. You don't even have to come to our Excel Academy, you can go wherever you like. But take coaching, don't play with your life, because this is the kind of high knowledge expectation which is there. Especially students who pass CA CET and come to executive, they feel CA CET was so easy. Executive is 10 levels more difficult than CA CET. CA CET is a joke. You can pass CA CET without even studying. That is not possible in CS executive. You need deep expert knowledge, and that is why it is important you prepare. Don't tell ICSI is not giving good paper. You are not prepared properly. It is not mistake of ICSI. Tomorrow in the real world as a company secretary, you need to face all these challenges, and that is very important. Questions directly based on provisions of law. Section understanding is essential. So if you don't study Bare Act, you're gone. Correct? Drafting of resolutions. In fact, on YouTube, if you just see on our channel, previous or the one video before that, I made drafting of resolutions, how to draft resolutions, step-by-step process I have given how to draft resolutions. Please watch that. Please practice that. And if you are in Excel Academy, we even make you draft this resolution and practice it in our classes. Majority practical case study based questions, less direct questions. This is the crux of the entire paper. So what we will do now is very quickly, let us go and look at the question paper. So here is our question paper. I will have a quick glance. Like I told you again, if you want a complete solved paper for this, please put it in the comments. The more the comments are there, we will also be encouraged to make a complete solved paper. For December 2024, I have made it. It is almost 4 hours, I think 3.5 or 4 hours video, where I have solved every single question with the detailed answer as expected by ICSI. I can do for this also, but if you want, we can do it. Otherwise, we can't. So just look at it. Now I'll just give a very, very quick glance for you to understand how this paper is. So if you see here, case study. So part 1, it starts with a case study. See, now they have given you 15 minutes reading time. Even that is not enough because the questions are so lengthy. Correct? You cannot blame, you cannot run away. If you want to succeed in life, you have to do difficult things. The problem is everybody wants to do easy things, but still they want to be highly successful in life. It is not possible. You must come out of your comfort zone. You must do difficult things. You must do hard things. You must prepare well. And that is what you need to realize. Nothing is easy in life. If it is easy, even the results will be something small. If you do hard things, you will get very good results. So while you are preparing, You need to write and practice. You need to analyze. You need to go deep into the bare act. All these are hard things to do. It is not easy. What is easy? Just sitting and watching the classes for online classes, or just going and sitting in the classroom in an offline class. That is the easy thing. The hard thing is to write, to analyze, to go through bare act, to practice drafting resolutions, to practice writing answers. Like in our Excel Academy, we make students write one day one answer. Why? Because if you practice writing one answer every day, you are never scared to face the exam, correct? That is the important thing. See here. See, case law. Based on the above facts, so you have to read the entire thing, then you need to answer these questions, which is 3 marks each. See here, this is one direct question. Otherwise, everything includes calculation and everything includes very deep knowledge of the subject. That is what. So I'm not going to go through each one over here, but trying to give you an understanding for especially who have not written the exam, that your preparation should be good. It is not difficult, but it is definitely something which needs time for you to prepare, and that is what you need to realize. Correct? See, only one direct question is given over here. Otherwise, everything, if you see, case law questions, complete case law questions with calculations which is required. See here, all of these are case law questions. Every single thing, just look at it. I want to show students are going to write in December 2025 and after that. And if you have written in June 2025, see, now the paper is over, you can't cry over it. But you need to realize that you are going to become a company secretary, which is a very highly respected and highly paid career. You are see, people who don't know are talking bullshit. I'm sorry to use this word, but they're talking all kinds of nonsense. In a company, recently I met a company which is getting listed, and this company is based out of Pune. Over there, they have recruited 3 new company secretaries because of the work pressure which is there relating to the listing. So please realize the work is huge, the opportunity is huge, and the work itself is a work of an expert. You cannot do it by just touching the subject, just knowing the basics. You need to be inclined to go deep into the subject. That is very, very important. See here, all these questions, everything I'm just trying to show you. See, only few are, see, again with calculations. So if you don't know the provisions in depth, you will not be able to answer this at all. If you don't know the provisions in depth, you cannot answer at all. You need to know the provisions very deeply. And if you are writing in December, at Excel Academy, we have a new batch starting. You can get in touch with us on 973-973-3400 and we'll give you all the details. All the best for exam. If you wrote this paper and if it did not go well, don't worry. It is one step in your long journey of a company secretary. And for students writing in December, please study seriously. Please write and practice. Write one day one answer. Write mock exam. Write weekly test. It is required. Nothing is going to come easy. Please remember that. The more harder it is, you will get into a exclusive club. There will be very few people competing with you and your life will be very easy. Better to work hard now than to struggle later in your career. With all that, I'm going to end this video, and all the best for the rest of the exams.